Now, terrorism remains a top global concern that dominates the agenda at the international fora across the world. It's also likely to dominate the discussions at the G20 summit as well. Now, remember, Bali, the place where the G20 summit is being held this year, had been rocked by the 2002 Bali bombings, in which more than 200 people were killed. And this, of course, is a grim reminder to the world in terms of how terror can strike and affect the lives of common people. So counter-terrorism, of course, remains a top agenda for the leaders who are gathering in Bali for the G20 summit. And our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant gets you this report from Bali. Take a look.
Names of 202 people etched forever on a memorial. Reminder of one of the worst terror attacks the world has seen, the Bali bombings. This memorial on a busy street has been built on the site of the Paddy's pub, the target of the deadly bombings. Located in Kuta district of Bali, the memorial is made of intricately carved stone, set with a large marble plaque, and bears the names and nationalities of each of those killed. The somber memorial is visited by several on a daily basis. Many come to pay homage. Others are just curious tourists trying to understand more.
This memorial is a moving reminder of the human face, the human cost of the terror attacks. Over 200 people from 20 nationalities died in the terror attack which took place in 2002. The maximum number of any nationality which died were Australians. Over 80 Australians died in the terror attack, an incident which Australia still hasn't forgotten.
The attack was perpetrated by a group Jemaah Islamiyah linked to Al-Qaeda. The targets were two nightclubs, Paddy's Pub and Sari Club, both frequented by international tourists and the US consulate in Bali's capital, Denpasar. The attacks that ripped through densely populated areas, destroying buildings, shattering windows several blocks away, shocked Indonesia and the world. The attack, which has now become a distant past, was timed with the busy tourist periods of the year in the province.
A couple months before the Bali bombings they happened, I was only 6 years old, but I remember, and they were pretty much scarred from coming back here. They were here the month before it happened in this spot, and they didn't want to come back. But yeah, no, it's a big impact on Australians.
Honouring the victims, memorials paying homage to Bali terror attack stand in Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra, London, Hong Kong, Singapore and Vietnam. The British Foreign Secretary James Cleverly mentioned about it during his visit to New Delhi for UN Counter-Terror Committee meet in October.
Countries must do more nationally and internationally to counter the threat of terrorism. The UN and an effective CTC both have a significant role to play in this endeavour. Just outside my office in London is an elegant memorial to those who were killed in the Bali bombing of 2002. 202 victims that came from more than 20 countries, including 23 from the United Kingdom.
As a result of the terror attack, every year a Kuta Carnival, a celebration of life, named after the district in Bali that saw the deadly attack, is observed. The 9-day event sees traditional art performances such as Balinese sunset dances and sports on the beach.
This year marks 20 years of the Bali bombings, and commemoration ceremonies have been taking place across the world with heartfelt emotions. We know that the attack led Indonesia to confront the challenges arising out of extremism and take action against terrorism. But even till this day, the trauma continues to be felt in the country and beyond. With video journalist Ajit, Siddhant for WION at the site of the Bali bombings in Indonesia.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.